Hi everyone, my name is Jin Lui. I am a Chinese medicine practitioner in Melbourne, Victoria. Today I would like to talk about the fire element, specifically heart. So I want to be talking about how Chinese medicine views heart as an organ in Chinese medicine, and how that correlates to all the heart conditions that we see in our daily lives, and how does the Chinese medicine practitioner sort of relate that to your lifestyle, and what are the things that you can do to change it or to improve your heart conditions. So firstly, I would like to talk about what the functions of the heart is in Chinese medicine. So each organ in Chinese medicine has a color that is related to it, and obviously in this case where we're talking about fire element, the heart, it is red in color. There's also an emotion that is controlled by this organ, which is joy and happiness. So when someone is happy, they always put their hands on their heart and they say, oh, my heart feels happy and I'm happy. So this is one of the things that the heart does in Chinese medicine. And so obviously the heart is yang in nature because it pumps blood throughout the body. It controls the blood vessels. We see that in Chinese medicine. And there's an interesting thing where we also say that the heart houses the Shen in Chinese medicine. So Shen meaning spirit. We will go into that in a little bit more detail later on. So these are the main things that in Chinese medicine functions. We see what the heart does. Also there are two other things as well. So the heart also opens up into the tongue. When you're nervous, or when you've seen someone who has a mental health disorder, you would notice that they are not able to speak coherently. They stutter. That's because in Chinese medicine we say that the heart controls the tongue. The heart also controls the sweat in the body. So the stronger your heart yang qi is, you are able to anchor the sweat in the body, controlling the amount of sweat that comes through. So these are the functions of the heart in terms of Chinese medicine. So when we talk about someone who has a heart attack or a cardiac event, in the hospital they talk about the 5 H's and the 4 T's. So that includes hypovolemia, hypoxia, which is lack of oxygen, acidosis, which is too much hydrogen, hypo or hypokalemia, which is too much potassium or too little potassium, and hypothermia, which is when you're too cold. And then the 4 T's are toxins, which could be caused by drugs or recreational drugs, tamponade, which is a fluid accumulation in the pericardium. We also talk about tension pneumothorax, and thrombosis, which is a clot in the body, in the coronary artery. So what we've known or we've been taught generally is that excess conditions can cause cardiac events. So we talk about high blood pressure, too much cholesterol, too much sugar. These are conditions that in Chinese medicine are called as excess condition, which is what sort of everyone knows. So to compensate that, there's a lot of healthy people who ends up doing way too much exercise And not only they do too much exercise, they do exercise in late at night as well, which means that depletes the yin in the body and the blood in the body. So that can actually cause a deficient condition in your body. And when a deficiency occurs in the heart, it can also cause heart problem. So this is when we go into yin, qi, and blood deficiency in Chinese medicine. So when you have overworked, your heart isn't actually able to pump as strong as it would normally do, because you've overworked it. And whenever you're working, you are actually exerting energy, and energy comes from glucose, which carries through the blood. But when there isn't enough blood already or energy already, it just the flows of things just become slower and slower. So it is very important that we also note that it is best to do everything in moderation. Definitely cholesterol levels, blood pressure levels, blood sugar levels are important when it comes to avoiding heart conditions. But it is also very important that we need to be aware of overworking, over-exercising, overstressing, and not sleeping. So going back to one of the functions in Chinese medicine that we were saying is that the heart houses your spirit, your shen. So at nighttime, how Chinese medicine looks at it is there needs to be enough blood in your heart so that your spirit can go into the heart and be anchored and house and sleep and rest. If there's not enough blood at nighttime for the spirit to go into the heart, it would be floating, and therefore people dream a lot, or it's so hard for them to even fall asleep, and they wake up so easily because there's not enough yin and there's not enough blood to hold your spirit down at nighttime. So if you do have insomnia, it is strongly suggested that you get a blood test done to check your iron level and your hemoglobin level and your iron level. Sorry, I think I said that already. Ferritin, sorry, that's the one that I was looking for. So these are the things that I wanted to emphasize today, is that please do not overwork, because that can also cause heart problem. Everything in moderation. That's all for me today. I will speak to you soon. If you have any questions, please leave a message down in the comment box, or feel free to send me a message on my website at White Lotus Chinese Medicine. Follow me on Instagram, and I will speak to everyone soon. See ya.